You're lying here tonight, perhaps with the lights low, perhaps with the quiet of your room beginning to soften around you. Your breath is slow, not forced, simply happening. On the edge of wakefulness, the world becomes gentle. Thoughts dissolve like ink in water. Everything narrows to the calm rhythm of breathing and listening. And before we move into the universe, before we let galaxies and stars unfold, I want you to imagine something difficult, something the human mind rarely holds for long. Imagine nothing. Not darkness. Darkness still implies the absence of light, a waiting stage in which photons might appear. But before the first star was born, even that idea was too luxurious. There were no photons, no atoms, no space in which light might travel, no time across which anything might move. There was no before, because there was no time to anchor a before too. Yet somehow, here we are, tracing memory into an era where memory cannot exist, whispering about a moment when the universe was only potential, not event. You can think of it like a deep inhalation held forever, a pause so vast and quiet that silence becomes the only sound. Let your mind settle into that pause. Breathe in once. Feel your chest rise. Let the air drift out slowly. The universe, too, was waiting for its exhale. We call this quiet the primordial nothingness, but even that is a story shaped for our human comfort. True nothingness has no wind, no breath, no edges. Imagine standing, if standing were possible, inside an eternal stillness where nothing stirs. No cold, because temperature requires motion. No space, because distance requires dimension. No time, because change requires a clock. Just an unbroken, infinite stillness. And yet, from this stillness, everything you've ever touched, the pillow beneath your head, the warmth in your hands, the atoms in your blood, the memories of your childhood, they all trace back to that silent moment. Every star, every galaxy, every planet, every living creature is an echo of something that once slept perfectly still. Tonight, you and the universe share the same direction, a gradual fall into calm. The universe began like sleep begins, not abruptly, but as a soft release, a loosening of structure that was never structured, a beginning that felt like drifting rather than exploding. When scientists describe the Big Bang, we often imagine a firework, a blinding flash, but perhaps that image is too noisy, too dramatic. The early universe was a bloom, a gentle expanding of what could be, not a violent detonation, but a quiet unfolding, like a breath that had been held through eternity, finally letting go. Before that breath, time was curled like a sleeping animal. You might picture it like this. Floating in a vast nothingness, there is a single point smaller than a grain of sand. Not a place, because place does not yet exist. Not an object, because object implies space. Think instead of potential, all the laws of physics, every star that would ever shine, every heartbeat, every laugh, every moment of love or grief, folded into a seed too small to imagine. Everything you will ever know sleeps inside it. And in that unimaginable density, energy waits. Not restless, just poised, like the moment just before you fall asleep, when awareness softens and gravity takes over. Now imagine the universe exhaling, not fast, but infinitely quickly relative to what would follow. Space begins to stretch, fabric unfolds, temperature roars into existence in a torrent of light and heat, even though no eyes exist to see it. The universe wakes, suddenly alive with possibility. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Stay here just a little longer, before even the first flicker of that awakening. Let your breathing slow again. Long inhale,
soft release. There was a time, not really time, but what would become time, when the universe was quieter than any sleep you've ever known. No motion, no atoms vibrating, no waves crossing space. Silence isn't even the right word, because silence needs sound to contrast against. This was absence without absence, a blank canvas without even the concept of blankness. And yet, inside that potential nothing, the laws of physics rested like seeds in frozen soil. Gravity was not pulling, but it existed as a rule. The electromagnetic force waited without charge. The strong and weak nuclear forces were ideas before particles. Imagine a book unwritten, but already meaningful. A symphony unplayed, yet complete. You, listening now, exist because that stillness changed. If you close your eyes gently, not forced, just allowing, you might feel the same borderland, the place where thought dissolves, where language fades into shapes of feeling. The universe in its beginning was like your mind just before sleep, heavy with possibility, seamless, wordless, a place where every future star was a dream waiting to form. Let yourself sink into that state.
Thoughts can pass like clouds. No need to chase or hold them. Now imagine drifting backward beyond history, past your childhood, past the first humans, past the age of the dinosaurs, past the creation of Earth and even the first stars. You fall deeper and deeper into cosmic memory, beyond nebulae, beyond galaxies, beyond atoms. You drift so far back that space itself unweaves around you. And there, somewhere below all existence, you arrive at the quiet cradle of everything. The universe had not yet spoken its first word, but the breath was building. Some physicists describe the pre-birth state as quantum foam, a jittering sea of virtual particles blinking into existence and vanishing again too quickly to form matter or light. Even nothing, it seems, cannot sit still forever. In the tiniest scales of reality, fluctuations hum like distant music. They are random, but not meaningless. One fluctuation grows, another joins, probability tilts, a symmetry breaks, and then a beginning. Not loud, just inevitable. The way waves form on a once still lake, the way dawn slowly, softly replaces night, the universe began to expand. Rapidly, unbelievably rapidly. Energy flowered into matter. Time found direction. Space found shape. But stars, the glittering lanterns we know so well, would not exist for hundreds of millions of years. The early universe was bright for a moment, then dark for ages. A vast, silent womb. Before the first star ignited, the cosmos was like a sleeper wrapped in deep dream, gathering strength. As you listen, you might feel the parallels, your body heavy, as if gravity deepens, thoughts drifting, unfocused, awareness dissolving like warm ink into water. You are not falling asleep, you are expanding outward softly into calm. Here in this imaginal darkness, you are closer to the universe than most waking minds can grasp, because you too are made from the elements that would eventually ignite. The atoms in your bones were forged in stars not yet born in this moment of the story. You are listening across time to your own origin. In this vast pre-stellar night, hydrogen and helium will form, but only later. Stars will burn, but not yet. Galaxies will whirl, but only after the long hush. For now, there's only expansion, gentle, unstoppable, like sleep overtaking a tired mind. Imagine yourself floating inside that newborn space. No up or down, no close or far. You are weightless, thoughtless,
awareness stretched like a thin mist across a horizon without boundary. The universe expands around you, and you expand with it, not as body, but as presence. You are the listener inside the first silence. And now, as we hold in this early cosmic darkness, let a quiet realization ripple through you. The universe did not begin with light. It began with stillness, just like sleep. The Big Bang was not a bang in the audible sense. It was an unlocking, a soft unfurling of everything, a release of tension older than time. And in that release, the cosmos took its first breath. Maybe you can feel your own body echo that motion, muscles loosening, shoulders sinking, eyelids heavier. There is no hurry here. Just as the universe needed millions of years before the first star, you can take your time before sleep arrives. There's no need to chase rest. You are already on its path. Tonight, we are traveling slowly back toward the moment when darkness broke into light, when hydrogen formed, when gravity began its endless work, when the first sparks of the universe whispered the promise of stars. But for now, there was only expansion, gentle, unstoppable, like sleep overtaking a tired mind. Imagine yourself floating inside that newborn space. No up or down, no close or far. You are weightless, thoughtless, awareness stretched like a thin mist across a horizon without boundary. The universe expands around you, and you expand with it, not as body, but as presence. You are the listener inside the first silence. And now, as we hold in this early cosmic darkness, let a quiet realization ripple through you. The universe did not begin with light. It began with stillness, just like sleep. The Big Bang was not a bang in the audible sense. It was an unlocking, a soft unfurling of everything, a release of tension older than time. And in that release, the cosmos took its first breath. Maybe you can feel your own body echo that motion, muscles loosening, shoulders sinking, eyelids heavier. There's no hurry here. Just as the universe needed millions of years before the first star, you can take your time before sleep arrives. There is no need to chase rest. You are already on its path. Tonight, we are traveling slowly back toward the moment when darkness broke into light, when hydrogen formed, when gravity began its endless work, when the first sparks of the universe whispered the promise of stars. But we remain here for a while longer in the calm before creation. Breathe once more, slow, and release. In the beginning, there was quiet, and you are inside it now. When you're ready, we'll step into the first flash of light. But not yet. Let the stillness hold you like the early universe held everything, gently, patiently, without demand. You're safe here in the dark before stars, resting with ancient possibilities. Just breathe.
Before the first star was born, before galaxies gathered into spirals and clusters like luminous cities across the cosmic dark, there was a moment, so brief it almost cannot be called a moment at all, when everything began to change. The stillness we rested within in the previous chapter did not stay still. It quivered, it stretched. Reality inhaled, and then, with a breath unlike any other, the universe expanded. Not from a place, not into a space, but space itself unfolded, like fabric being woven as it spreads. There was no explosion hurling matter outward into an empty void. Instead, the void was woven by the expansion. Where once there was nothing, now there was room. Room for distance, for energy, for fields to vibrate. Room for time to flow 1 second after the next. Imagine your breath again.
Slow inhale, long, soft exhale. That exhale is the closest metaphor you and I have for the birth of everything. In less than a trillionth of a second, the universe expanded faster than light could ever travel through it. We call this inflation, though the word is gentle compared to what happened. Space grew exponentially, doubling and doubling and doubling again, so quickly that something smaller than an atom ballooned to cosmic scales. In that impossible speed was the beginning of order. Temperature dropped, energy spread. The rules of physics, once curled like seeds, unfolded into laws. Gravity took shape. The strong force found its strength. The weak force whispered its role. Electromagnetism stretched across the newborn cosmos like a web of future light. Everything you know, every star, every planet, every moment that would ever happen became possible in those first fractions of a second. And just as sleep has stages, light sleep, deep sleep, dreams, the universe too passed through stages, each one changing what could exist within it. At first, the cosmos was unimaginably hot. Not fire hot, not sun hot, those are too mild. Think of a heat so fierce that atoms cannot exist, so immense that even protons and neutrons struggle to stay bound. Matter flickered in and out of existence like sparks from a welding arc, appearing, annihilating, appearing again. And yet, even in that chaos, something gentle was taking place. Like thoughts drifting through a brain preparing for sleep, particles paired and unpaired, danced and dissolved, until some survived long enough to stitch themselves into quarks, then protons, then neutrons. These small beginnings, the building blocks of everything, floated like silent seeds in a glowing cosmic ocean. The universe was bright then, so bright that no eye could have seen it. Light existed, but it was trapped, scattered endlessly by free electrons unable to travel in straight lines. Imagine fog so thick that every beam of light gets swallowed. Imagine snow so dense that headlamps diffuse into white haze. That was the early universe, a bright darkness, warm, dense, luminous, yet blind. You might think of it as a womb, light inside but unable to escape. That glow hummed for almost 380,000 years, expanding, cooling, thinning like breath released slowly over eternity. As temperature dropped, protons and electrons finally slowed enough to bind. Hydrogen was born, simple, elegant, abundant. Helium joined, a tiny trace of lithium, the first elements, primitive and pure. And with their arrival, light was no longer trapped. Photons could finally roam free. The universe became transparent. The fog cleared. Light found its wings. This is the moment when the cosmos opened its eyes for the first time. And although that ancient light has traveled for nearly 13.8 billion years, it still surrounds you. It fills the room where you lie. It washes across your skin as faint microwaves, cold whispers of the first illumination. Astronomers call it the cosmic microwave background, a relic, a memory, a baby picture of the universe drawn not in ink, but in photons older than Earth itself. Pause and breathe for a moment. The photons that existed then still exist now. Some are touching you in this moment, soft, heartless, ancient. When you exhale, imagine the universe cooling with you.
When you inhale, imagine space expanding with each breath. There is no rush here. As the cosmos slowed, billions of years would pass before stars ignited. We are still early in the story, so early that the universe is dark now, silent again, but no longer empty. Hydrogen drifts like fog across an endless night. Helium pools into invisible streams. Gravity begins its work, slow, patient, unhurried. Tiny fluctuations, denser here, thinner there, start to tug. Gas gathers, clouds form. The first structures take shape like thoughts forming into dreams. You might visualize it as murmurings under sleep, a mind shifting from empty silence toward deep rest, where imagery and memory weave together. The universe, too, was drifting toward dream, toward stars, but not yet. For hundreds of millions of years, the cosmos lay in the cosmic dark age, an era with no light except the cold afterglow of creation. If you could stand within it, you would see nothing. No stars, no planets, only endless blackness pierced by the promise of what would one day shine. And yet, inside those cold hydrogen clouds, the future gathered like rain in heavy sky. Gravity pulled, gas thickened, temperature climbed, pressure swelled. Just as sleep sometimes builds slowly, shoulders dropping, breath deepening, thoughts blurring, the universe climbed toward ignition, a quiet ascent toward brilliance, a tension that could not last forever. One cloud grew heavy enough. It contracted, collapsed inward. At its center, heat soared to millions of degrees. Hydrogen atoms, once content to drift in darkness, were forced together so tightly that they fused. Fusion ignited, and with one bright exhale of radiation, the first star was born. Not many, just one. A single bead of fire in a vast, endless night. A flame in a cosmic ocean. You might let your eyes close for a heartbeat here. Imagine that first star as a point of light behind your eyelids, tiny but infinite in meaning. It burned blue-white, far larger than our sun, brilliant and short-lived. More followed. One star became clusters. Clusters became galaxies. Light spread like seeds across the void. But this chapter is about the bloom just before that light, about the moment the universe stood on the cliff of brilliance, breathing darkness in, preparing to shine. Even now, your body mirrors that rhythm. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, release. The universe grew with every heartbeat of gravity. Matter clumped like dew. Space stretched like warm linen pulled taut. The first stars would soon rewrite everything, forge heavier elements, tear hydrogen clouds with radiation, sculpt galaxies like wind shapes dunes. But let yourself remain in the dark age a little longer. This darkness is comforting, not frightening, like the quiet room you lie in now. There is no urgency in cosmic time, no deadline, no rush. In that silence, you might feel your body heavier in the bed, muscles slackening, thoughts dimming. The universe rested before it woke. You may rest before the next section wakes as well. Hydrogen, helium, light elements without structure floated like dust motes in the womb of time. Then, slowly, gravity gathered them. Tiny ripples in density deepened like grooves in sand. The largest ripples grew fastest. Inside them, matter spiraled, compressed, igniting future suns. The small ripples waited longer, destined to become galaxies dwarfed by giants. Nothing in the early universe was rushed. Even chaos moved like slow tides. Picture a night sky utterly black. No stars, no moon, no reflection. A void so deep it feels soft, padded. Now imagine a faint mist shaping itself somewhere inside that black. Not visible, not glowing, just potential. You are watching creation in its slowest movement. One day, billions of years later, that mist will become a star. It will shine,
It will burn for millions of years and die in a supernova so spectacular that space will ring with the shockwave of its last breath. From its ashes will come carbon, oxygen, iron, the materials of oceans, planets, and eventually you. But tonight, it sleeps, just like you're drifting towards sleep now. As the universe cooled, particles slowed. Temperature fell from unimaginable trillions of degrees to something relatively gentle. If you placed your hand in that ancient space, impossible as that is, you would feel nothing. No warmth, no cold, just absence. Yet inside that absence was the entire future. It might comfort you to know that even the universe required darkness to become what it is. Light needs shadow. Stars need emptiness. Creation begins not with fireworks, but with waiting. Let your breath deepen. Let your limbs grow heavy. Let your thoughts scatter like hydrogen in early cosmos. And now imagine this. Billions of light years of space stretching out before you, smooth, silent, black. And in the far distance, a single spark, the first star. A tiny point at first, then two, then dozens, then thousands. Each new star lighting a cluster, clusters weaving into galaxies, galaxies drifting like lanterns on a dark cosmic sea. But stay with the darkness a little longer. Let the quiet flow around you, soft as cosmic dust, ancient as time's first breath. You are lying not only in your room, but in the universe itself. The warmth in your chest is fusion's legacy. The atoms of your body have waited since the cosmic dawn to gather in this shape. You are a memory of stars not yet born. Even now, you glow faintly, just as the early universe glowed without light. Feel your heartbeat, steady, patient, like gravity collecting atoms into suns. There is nothing you must do now. Sleep will come to you naturally as starlight came to cosmos. In a moment, we will step forward, from darkness into fire, from silence into radiance, from potential into creation. But before we ignite the first star, listen to this. Everything that will ever shine begins in shadow. As you sink deeper, as your body softens, you embody that truth. The quiet before sleep resembles the quiet before light.
The universe rested in darkness for a long time, longer than any span the human mind is built to grasp. Millions of years passed without a single point of light. Imagine that. Nights that lasted not hours, not seasons, but epochs. Entire civilizations could rise and fall in that duration, if civilizations existed then. But they did not. Only hydrogen and helium drifted, soft as breath, patient as waiting dreams. And yet, inside that quiet, something was changing. Very slowly, gravity tugged at the gas like sleep drawing you downward. Tiny fluctuations, places just slightly denser than the rest, gathered more and more matter to themselves. What begins as almost nothing can, given enough time, become everything. So these dark pockets deepened, pulling gas inward, compressing it. Temperature rose, pressure built. What was once cold and diffuse became tight and hot, like hands clasping together. You may not notice the exact second you fall asleep. Awareness fades gradually. The universe slipped from stillness to creation the same way, not with a bang, but with a slow surrender to gravity's pull. Inside one collapsing cloud, atoms pressed so tightly together they began to fuse. Hydrogen became helium. With each fusion came light, the first true light since the beginning of time. A star was born, a single flame suspended in infinite black. No one saw it, but it changed everything. Another star followed, then another, then thousands. The universe was like a city where every window lights up one after another in the deep of night.
The Dark Ages ended, not suddenly, but beautifully. A glow spread across the cosmos, not bright at first, just enough to reveal that darkness was never empty, only waiting. If you close your eyes now, behind the dark of your eyelids, you might imagine sparks flickering like tiny lanterns in distant fog. That is roughly what the universe looked like then, blackness pricked with newborn light. These first stars were giants, much larger than our sun, burning fiercely, living briefly. Their light was blue-white, intense and brilliant. They had no rocky planets, no gentle warmth suitable for life. They were engines of creation, nothing more, nothing less. But we owe them everything. Because inside their cores, new elements formed: carbon, oxygen, iron, the materials of seas, mountains, forests, the materials of your bones, your blood, your breath. Stars are the universe learning to speak. They inhale hydrogen and exhale complexity. When those massive first stars reached the end of their short lives, they ended not with a fade, but with an eruption, a supernova, brighter than entire galaxies for a moment. Shockwaves blasted into space, scattering forged elements like seeds in wind. Nebulas bloomed, colorful clouds glowing with the ashes of stars. And in those clouds, new stars formed, smaller stars, longer-lived stars, ones like our sun. Creation began to feed on itself: star birth, light, collapse, explosion, renewal, a cosmic heartbeat. Let your breathing fall into that rhythm. Inhale, star born. Exhale, star dies. Pause, new stars triggered. Inhale again. The universe settled into a pattern, not chaotic, not random, but cyclical, like seasons, like tides, like your own breath resting inside your chest as you lie there. As more stars formed, they began to cluster. Gravity pulled them into families, then neighborhoods, then sprawling cities of light. These cities are what we call galaxies. Imagine a whirlpool of billions of stars swirling like cream in coffee, threads of light spiraling outward from a brighter pour. That is a galaxy. Not a picture, not a diagram, but a place. A home for suns, worlds, moons, a cradle for everything that would ever happen. As galaxies formed, they drifted apart, carried by expanding space. Some spun gracefully like vast pinwheels, others collided, merging like ink in water. Shapes changed, paths bent, but the dance continued. From Earth, billions of years later, we'd look up and see only a fraction of this beauty: stars, constellations, the pale smear of our own Milky Way. But out there, far beyond human eyes, galaxies stretched for millions of light years, filled with countless stars. And somewhere in one of those galaxies, a small yellow star would eventually ignite. Around it, dust would swirl, forming planets. One planet would cool, oceans would appear, chemistry would begin to dream, and one day you would exist. You are not separate from this story. You are a continuation of it. The iron in your blood was forged inside a dying star. The calcium in your bones was made in cosmic furnaces older than Earth. You are stardust, arranged briefly into thought and breath and consciousness, just long enough to look back at the night sky and wonder where you came from. In this moment, lying still, you are the universe resting inside itself. Let that thought soften you.
The birth of stars did not happen quickly. Millions of years passed between spark and blaze. But in cosmic perspective, it was the first true dawn. Light cut through darkness like awareness cuts through the edge of sleep, slowly, tenderly, irresistibly. If you were there, suspended in space without body or fear, you would see something breathtaking. Clouds glowing like embers, stars flaring like cosmic fireflies, nebulae stretching like silk across the black. Colors you've never seen, blues without names, reds deep as memory, ultraviolet streams like ghost light woven through nothingness. This is where galaxies learned to shine. Milky Way was forming, though not yet named. Andromeda, too, our distant cosmic neighbor. Small proto-galaxies merged like soap bubbles joining into one. Dark matter halos, invisible skeletons held them together. Spiral arms coiled, delicate yet vast. Billions of suns turning slowly like the wheels of time. Somewhere in this era, the cosmic dark was gone. The universe glowed, faintly at first, then brighter as stars multiplied. You could imagine it like dawn on a world without horizon, light blossoming everywhere at once. And inside this dawn, physics wrote the rules of structure. Stars orbit, galaxies spin, clusters gather like nations of light. Superclusters span billions of light years like continents of luminosity. But at its heart, the universe remained peaceful as your breathing now. A rhythm, a pulse, a pattern. Even supernovas, violent as they sound, are part of harmony. Nothing is wasted in universe. No light dies unremembered. No atom remains unused. The carbon in a leaf, the oxygen in your lungs, the iron in skyscrapers all once burned inside a star before falling into space to be reborn. Perhaps that thought lets you release something unnecessary tonight. A worry, a heaviness, a thought looping too tightly. If stars can collapse and rise brighter, maybe you too can soften into rest and wake renewed. Pause. Feel the mattress beneath you. Hear the quiet in the room. The same quiet the universe once knew. But quiet never lasts forever, not in space, not in you. Thought will rise again in time, like stars from gas. But not now. For now, stillness belongs to you. In the next chapter, galaxies will collide, black holes awaken, and cosmic architecture grows even more astonishing. But no need to rush. Let Section 3 settle like warm dust on your thoughts. Light, gentle, calming. The young universe did not remain quiet for long. Once stars began to shine, they gathered together the way people gather in villages, then towns, then cities. Gravity is a patient architect. It knows only one command: pull. And across millions of years, that pull shaped the first great structures of existence: galaxies. Picture the night sky not as we see it now, but as it looked when galaxies were just forming. The void brimming with star clusters drifting like fire embers, glowing fragments searching for belonging. These clusters nudged together, merged, collided, scattered, then merged again. With every union, gravity strengthened, pulling more gas, more stars, more light inward. Order rose from chaos. If you could float there, weightless, silent, you would see something slow and magnificent, clouds the size of modern galaxies drifting like titanic weather systems, filaments of matter stretching across unimaginable distances, crackling faintly with newborn starlight. Imagine lightning, but stretched over millions of light years, flickering once every 10 million years. Creation in ultra-slow motion. The first galaxies were crude, shapeless things, more like glowing mists than spirals. But time chisels everything. Stars orbited, redistributing momentum. Gas cooled, condensed. Angular motion sculpted chaos into symmetry. Spirals unfurled, elegant as seashells. And for the first time, the universe had structure. Galaxies became cities in the cosmos, stars became houses, solar systems became rooms, planets would later become cradles for life. And yet at the core of many galaxies, including our own, something darker was forming, a presence without light, a singularity where matter collapsed beyond limit, a black hole.
Do not picture a hole in space. Instead, imagine gravity so intense that space folds like cloth around it, a well with walls infinitely steep, a place where time itself slows, stretched thin like a whisper. Black holes began small, born from massive stars that had burned too brightly to age gently. When these giants died, they collapsed inward with violence beyond comprehension. The core shrank, density soaring until matter could not compress further. The star's light burst outward in a supernova, but its heart fell inward, becoming a point where even photons could not escape. Darkness was born from light. Yet black holes did not remain small. They fed, they merged, they swallowed gas clouds, star clusters, even other black holes. With each feast, they grew more powerful. At the center of young galaxies, these invisible engines drew matter inward, spinning disks of superheated plasma that shone brighter than entire galaxies. Jets of energy erupted from their poles, streams of radiation stretching across light years like spears of fire in a dark ocean. This is one of the universe's most astonishing paradoxes. The darkest objects create some of the brightest phenomena, as if silence could produce thunder, as if emptiness could become creation. Around each supermassive black hole, stars orbited like comets around the sun, except faster, wilder, their paths warped by gravity so strong it bent light itself. Time near these beasts passed differently. A moment near the event horizon could be centuries elsewhere. Black holes did not simply anchor galaxies, they shaped them, governed star formation, influenced gas distribution. They were and are the hidden conductors of cosmic symphony. Let that sink into you like a slow breath. Even in the universe, what we cannot see influences everything. Perhaps in your own life, unseen forces shape your days, memories, hopes, quiet fears you never speak. Black holes are the universe's reminder that the invisible matters. The center of a galaxy is not always bright, but it holds everything together. As galaxies matured, they gathered companions, dwarf galaxies circling larger ones like moons around a planet. These satellites were pulled, stretched, torn. Some were absorbed completely, their stars scattered into the halo like grains of sand spilled in wind. The universe learned to build through collision, not preservation. Growth required transformation. Imagine two galaxies slowly drifting toward each other. At first, they barely notice, just a faint tug across millions of years. But the pull strengthens. Stars at the edges begin to arc like ribbons. Gas clouds crash, ignite bursts of star formation, cosmic fireworks glowing blue. Spiral arms distort like petals underwater. Over time, the two galaxies no longer look separate, but entangled, a luminous knot of stars. Nothing violent like explosions, just slow, graceful rearrangement, a waltz measured in eons. Growth required transformation. The universe was guided towards something new.
If you could accelerate time, spin the universe forward like a film reel, you'd see galaxies merging everywhere. Great collisions lighting the cosmos like festivals, every bright cluster a memory of consumed worlds. The Milky Way and Andromeda will one day share this fate, but for now, they drift apart, quiet neighbors in cosmic suburbia. Your breath is soft, your room is still, but in your mind, galaxies move like tides. The universe grew more complex with time. Gas cooled enough to form planetary disks around certain stars. Dust clumped, forming pebbles, grains smaller than eyelashes. These pebbles collided gently, sticking through electrostatic forces, like dust bunnies under furniture gathering more dust. Over millions of years, pebbles became boulders, boulders became mountains, mountains became worlds. Planets were born not from sparks, but from patience. Some worlds formed too close to their stars, scorched to molten glass. Some too far, frozen in eternal twilight.
But some, like Earth one day would be, fell into a remarkable balance. Warm enough for water to flow, cool enough for oceans to form, stable enough for chemistry to dream itself into biology. But that is later in the story. Tonight, we are still among galaxies. As the cosmic web stretched, filaments connected clusters like neural pathways in a vast brain. Dark matter carved the skeleton. Gas and stars filled the flesh. Light became the language. A single galaxy like the Milky Way might hold 400 billion stars. Imagine standing in an open field at night and looking up at the sky. Each pinpoint of light you see is a star in our galaxy, and you are seeing few hundred. What you see is a grain of sand in a desert, a single drop in an ocean that spans forever. Now multiply that by the number of galaxies, estimated at least 2 trillion. You cannot hold that number in your mind. No one can, but you can feel it. The way you feel an ocean's immensity, even when only waves touch your feet. The vastness hums beneath awareness, too large to fit inside thought, so it settles into awe instead. Let that awe relax you. The universe is enormous. Your worries are small. Small does not mean unimportant, only that you can breathe more easily now. Stars inside galaxies lived, died, scattered their elements. New stars formed from old ashes. The universe learned iteration. Over billions of years, heavy elements accumulated: gold, silver, phosphorus. These would someday become circuits, rings, DNA. But for now, they drifted freely in nebular clouds like glitter in space. Galaxies did not just host stars, they curated history. Every atom passed through cycles. Every star contributed to future life. Time layered creation like paint on canvas. As galaxies aged, their centers calmed. Star formation slowed. Dust thinned. Some galaxies remained blue and active, filled with young, hot stars. Others faded into red, ancient and silent. A galaxy's color revealed its age the way hair reveals years on a human head. If galaxies are cities of light, then spiral galaxies are bustling metropolises, vibrant, full of newborn stars, glowing blue-white. Elliptical galaxies are ancient kingdoms, quiet, red, filled with old suns that burned low like embers. The universe diversified like cultures across continents. No two galaxies identical, each a story written in starlight. Imagine drifting between galaxies. No up, no down, only endless velvet black around you. Stars like grains of salt scattered across infinity. Even silence would feel large there, like an ocean with no shore. The nearest galaxy would appear as a faint blur, softer than a candle through fog. It would take millions of years to reach, even at light speed. Yet here you lie, human and mortal, with the privilege of imagining all of this. Close your eyes. Let the room darken behind your eyelids. You are floating now, weightless. No breath is rushed. Gravity loosens its grip on thought. Galaxies rotate slowly beneath you like giant wheels of fire. Black holes glitter invisibly like pearls made of silence. Star clusters sparkle like frost on window glass. Nebulas bloom like ink dropped into water. The universe is vast, but tonight it fits gently in your mind. You do not need to understand every number. You only need to feel the scale like a distant heartbeat. Slow, deep, calming. Because as galaxies matured, so did potential. Somewhere after billions of years, on a small blue planet around a quiet star and one spiral arm of the Milky Way, chemistry stirred into life. Eyes formed that could look back at the night sky. Minds awakened that could wonder. And wonder, more than planets or stars, is the universe becoming aware of itself. You are part of that awareness, not separate from the cosmos, but a continuation of it. You carry the atoms of ancient stars. You carry time in your blood. You carry mystery behind your thoughts. And now, as you rest here, a tiny being in a vast universe, you become witness to it. The galaxies spin whether you watch or not, but watching them, imagining them, gives meaning scale cannot erase. In the next section, we will drift forward into the age of planets, the quiet forming of suns like ours, and the long road towards life. The universe will shrink from trillions of stars to one star, our sun, from countless galaxies to one home, our Earth. And through that narrowing, meaning will sharpen. But not yet. For now, stay in the wide. Float among galaxies like a dream without edges.
The galaxies have taken shape. Their spirals turn slowly, like ancient windmills in a cosmic night without end. Stars ignite and fade like breaths. Black holes keep silent watch at the centers of their starlit kingdoms. Now the universe, once only hydrogen and helium, holds new ingredients: carbon, oxygen, iron, silicon, scattered like flour across a work table waiting for hands to knead. And the universe does knead, though its hands are gravity and time. Tonight, we zoom closer, far closer, from trillions of suns to just one ordinary star among many, a star we will learn to call home. But first, how does a star become a birthplace? Imagine a cloud, vast, cold, nearly invisible, a molecular nebula so large it could swallow 1,000 solar systems whole. It drifts quietly between spiral arms, made of dust finer than smoke. No light shines here. No planets exist yet, only darkness, like breath held. Then something disturbs it, maybe a supernova shockwave passing through, or the gravitational pull of a nearby cluster, like a finger brushing fabric. The cloud begins to collapse inward, slowly, slowly, at first like a feather falling, then like a stone. Gravity gathers dust grains into clumps. Clumps become knots, knots become cores glowing with friction. Deep inside, temperature rises, millions of degrees, hydrogen atoms fuse into helium, and suddenly a star is born, a bead of fire in a cold room, a miniature sun in a nursery of stardust. Light enters darkness again. If you could stand near such a newborn star, though you cannot, for space has no ground, you would see a glowing disk around it, spinning like a slow whirlpool. Dust swirls through it like flour in water. Little grains bump, stick, grow, each collision soft as a whisper. Yet over millions of years, whispers build worlds. This is planetary formation, gentle, patient, unstoppable. Rocky planets form close to the sun, where heat burns off water and gas. Gas giants form farther out, where frost can cling. Asteroids become leftovers, crumbs scattered on cosmic floorboards. And in one ordinary system, not different at first from countless others, a small rocky planet cooling from molten heat will someday cradle thoughts like yours. But before life, before oceans, before even air, the world must endure. Let us descend toward that world now. Feel its heat through the dark, a glowing sphere of magma and chaos. Volcanoes erupt oceans of fire instead of water. Meteors rain like storms of stone. There is no sky, only smoke and lightning wrapped around an orange horizon. Yet beneath violence lies possibility. Because every meteor that falls brings minerals, every lightning strike rearranges molecules, every eruption releases gas that will one day become atmosphere. Life does not spark once,
It gathers, fails, tries again. Billions of attempts, billions of years, until one attempt endures.
The first cell is simple, just a membrane and chemistry, but it divides again. Soon, oceans are filled with invisible colonies of life smaller than dust. They float in darkness like stars floating in galaxies. Microbes become continents long before continents exist. Life begins quietly, not with roar, but with breath. These early cells eat sunlight and release oxygen as waste, little exhalations into water. At first, oxygen is poison to ancient microbes. It rusts iron-rich seas. It turns rocks red. It changes everything. Over millions of years, oxygen accumulates in air. The sky shifts from orange to blue. The first sunrise of a familiar world dawns, though no eyes yet exist to witness it. Imagine that sunrise. Waves whisper against lava rock. Mist rises in pale gold sheets. The wind learns how to move, how to sing. Somewhere in tide pools, chains of molecules fold in new ways. Proteins, DNA, lessons written in structure. Life grows restless. Some cells learn cooperation. They merge into larger cells, eukaryotes, and for the first time, complexity blooms. These cells develop nuclei, mitochondria, structures that will one day build forests, animals, humans. But patience, this story moves slowly. For 2 billion years, life remains microscopic. The world is alive, but unaware, like a sleeper slowly drifting toward dreams. Then multicellular life appears. Strange bodies rise in oceans, fronds like undersea ferns, soft creatures like quilts drifting in currents. Later, skeletons evolve, shells, bones, structures that endure fossil time. Fish developed fins. Some crawl onto land as though curious what lies above. Ferns become forests. Insects sprout wings. Reptiles become dinosaurs. Dinosaurs rule for millions of years until an asteroid ends their reign with fire and winter. But endings are doors. In the ashes, mammals thrive. Small, warm, adaptable. One lineage evolves hands, language, imagination. One species looks up at night sky and wonders. That species is us. Think about the chain that brought you here. Star, galaxy, planet, ocean, cell, life, mind, you. You lying in your room, listening to the universe like a story told across billions of years. You built from atoms forged in dead stars. You inheriting memory older than Earth itself. And as you breathe now, quietly, slowly, feel the weight of time soften. Your heartbeat is older than your own body. The iron in your blood was once iron in supernova flame. Every breath carries oxygen first made by ancient bacteria in primordial seas. You are not separate from the universe. You are its outcome, its witness, its way of knowing itself. Close your eyes for a moment. The room fades. Your body rests. You are the ocean. You are the star. You are stardust remembering. The universe has sculpted galaxies, forged stars, built planets, whispered life into water. Now we arrive at something even stranger, even quieter, even more improbable than stars learning to shine, life learning to notice itself. Not content just to exist, life begins to reflect. Cells form networks, networks form brains. Neurons spark and weave patterns like constellations on the canvas of the mind. Electrical storms flicker beneath a skull as stars flicker beyond atmosphere. And one night, perhaps a night not so different from this one, a hominid ancestor sits beneath a sky drenched in starlight. No artificial glow, no cities, just fire, wind, darkness. They look up, eyes wide, and wonder.
That moment, the first question, the first awareness, was the universe awakening inside itself. You are the continuation of that awakening. Your thoughts are the latest chapter in a 13.8 billion years story. Take a breath, slow, gentle. You are holding the timeline of existence inside a single inhale. Everything that has ever lived carried the torch of life long enough to pass it forward through teeth and winters, meteors and ice ages, extinctions and storms, until it reached you. You are not here by accident. You are the result of unbroken survival. And yet, unlike stars or galaxies, you can feel. You can love, grieve, hope, fear, dream. No supernova knows longing. No galaxy contemplates its own spiral. But you close your eyes and see worlds that do not exist yet. Where does that ability come from? How does matter dream? Inside your brain, 86 billion neurons fire like tiny suns. Each neuron speaks in chemical sparks. When you fall asleep, these sparks rearrange themselves, rewriting memory, healing stress, sorting chaos into quiet. Dreaming is not escape, it is maintenance. An invisible night shift crew clearing pathways, folding experiences like clean laundry, softening sharp emotions into round, harmless shapes. Perhaps that is why sleep feels like drifting into a black ocean, the same ocean life was born from, as though every night you return home to the first water, floating in warmth older than continents. You fall, slowly, gently, into the sea that made you. As consciousness loosened its grip, the universe inside you and the universe outside you overlap. Breath echoes waves.
Thoughts dissolve like sandcastles in tide. You are not gone, only lighter, like a moon set free from orbit. In dreams, time bends, places melt, people return, even those long gone, because memory has no gravity. Neurons shuffle reality like cards in a slow shuffle. Sometimes you witness impossible landscapes, cities built of glass valleys, oceans in the sky, doors that open into childhood. Other times it's just color, sensation, warmth, the mind bathing in its own chemistry. Sleep gives the brain permission to stop holding shape, to become water again. Just as galaxies drift, just as planets cool, just as tides breathe with the moon, you too follow cosmic rhythm. Wakefulness is expansion, sleep is collapse. Inhale, exhale, universe, you. Cycles everywhere. Stars are born, shine, fade. You wake, move, tire, sleep. Nebulae glow like soft clouds. Dreams glow like soft thoughts. Black holes hide light. Deep sleep hides memory. The scale changes, the pattern remains. And tonight, as you lie listening, you inhabit a rare position in the cosmos, a mind aware of itself in a universe mostly unaware. Planets orbit without knowing, stars burn without caring, galaxies collide without feeling, but you can feel. You can place a hand on your chest and sense the pulse of millions of years. You can look at the night sky and grasp, even if only faintly, the staggering vastness beyond. You are made of matter that once lived inside stars, but now that matter can think, reflect, and rest. Stardust becoming consciousness, consciousness becoming peace, peace becoming sleep. So, let the universe cradle you tonight. Let the thoughts soften like embers. Let the body sink like sediment in a calm lake.
Let the breath slow like seasons changing. There is nowhere to go, nothing to solve. Existence is enough. Stars will continue burning while you sleep. Galaxies will continue turning. Earth will spin quietly. Your heart will pump oceans of blood in silence. You may not remember these words in the morning, but the calm they seeded will remain, the way rain leaves soil softer after passing. Feel the weight leave your shoulders. Feel your jaw unclench. Feel your eyes grow warm and heavy. The dark is gentle. The night is patient. The universe is old, and you are allowed to rest. Soon, dreams will carry you, as if on the back of a comet sliding through velvet sky. No rush, no effort, just gravity guiding sleep. And when morning comes, you will wake, another miracle, a thinking constellation of cells, the universe opening its eyes again. But for now, drift into stars, into oceans, into yourself. Good night. May your sleep be deep, your breath slow, your dreaming vast as galaxies.